the hardest thing I've probably done to date. Because compared to the UK, the Nigerian education system is a madness.
Yeah, the Nigerian education system is... There's far more discipline and intensity than...
For your studying.
Over here. Yeah. Even for your studying. Because even in boarding school, I remember every day at 7:30, we used to, after dinner, we used to do prep. Prep was basically revision.
Oh, that's what it was called.
I think it was called prep. Yeah. Like after dinner, you have a little break. After that, prep for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And prep, you're literally reading
doing homework,
the textbook, doing homework, writing notes.
2 hours. Could go on for more.
A day. Yes. And then I think like 9:30, we started to like walk back to the hostel. Mine was a good 10-minute walk, 5-10-minute walk from the hall. And then it was time for bedtime. But I guess that's the good thing about boarding school is you literally have that structured time as opposed to like maybe going to day school where you leave and you may not have that 2 hours.
Because you did, I didn't do secondary school in the UK. You did secondary school.
Yeah, I did a couple of years, yeah.
What subjects did you do? Because I can vividly remember I did exactly 17 subjects in secondary school. Yes.
Ooh, in Nigeria, I did maths, English, science.
I mean in the UK.
Over here. Oh, I didn't go to my school wasn't the best because I went to Michael Ramsey.
Oh.
And Michael Ramsey, from what we understood when I came back, they didn't get enough government funding, which meant that they could only give certain students certain subjects. So in my school, some of the students did, I think, triple science as a GCSE.
Oh, wow.
The rest did BTEC science.
Mad.
ICT was supposed to be a GCSE, and then it got changed to OCR Nationals, which is like, they have different exam boards. EdExcel, BTEC, OCR Nationals.
On average, how many...
I did like 6 GCSEs, and then I did science, BTEC, and ICT. So altogether, maybe 8 subjects.
6, 7, 8.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But in Nigeria, you did 17. I don't even know if I can actually remember maths, English, science, agriculture, economics, commerce, accounting,
I
RE.
remember agriculture.
Yeah, RE.
Religious education was always Christianity.
Always
they weren't teaching you anything else.
RE, food and nutrition, home economics.
Home economics! Hey, I didn't like my home economics teacher.
French. Yoruba.
I always failed. I got 3 out of 10 in most of my tests.
I always failed Yoruba and Igbo. I also failed Yoruba, but I cheated at the end. We did Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo.
You did Hausa?
Yeah, we did that as well. We did 17, so they're going to have to fit it somewhere. And bear in mind, I had 17 books. In each day, we'll probably do like 8 or something. But I had 17 books I would have.
So that means your school. By the way, just for context, Nigeria is made up of hundreds of tribes. And so you have Yoruba people, the 3 main tribes. Yeah. Just in case they don't. Yeah. The 3 main tribes, sorry, I look like I'm about to slap you. Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. Yeah. Those are the 3 main languages. Yeah, but there's literally hundreds of languages in Nigeria. Because
but they teach the main languages in
most schools.
And I think in hindsight, if we did quite well in those subjects, we would have an additional language we could speak. Whereas 100%. I can understand Yoruba. Yeah. I can't speak any of that shit. I can't even speak French. So
yeah, French was always hella hard for me.
Yeah, so I can't speak French. So I think, but you know what? I'll say in the beginning, it was a struggle for me because I'm used to the UK learning, especially from primary school.
Yeah.
So now, I scraped first year. Like, I got into second year because, we have the potential to repeat.
Yeah.
I passed on trial. It literally said on trial to see how my first term is. So if I don't do too well my first term in the mock test,
you're back to repeating the year.
To repeat a year. Luckily, I leveled up by this point. So I was fine. And I actually passed quite well. Like, I was getting... And then they used to give us A's, B's, and numbers and all that stuff. So I did quite well.
Just for context again, if you haven't watched the first episode where we talked about like the years in Nigeria, in Nigeria, if you failed your exams, you had to repeat the year. So like, let's say over here, you did like year 9 exams and you failed, you had to do year 9 again. So sometimes you would have people that were way older than you in your year because they'd repeated a few years.
Yeah.
So yeah, go on, continue, sir.
I scraped. So then I think as I went on and I got used to the system, I did really well.
Yeah.
And I was a bit of a kiss ass as well. So my
Fair.
teachers, no, not even a kiss ass. My teachers really liked me. And that happens even to now, me being in like college. Francesca liked me, I think.
Yeah, Francesca definitely likes you.
Yeah, like, you know,
Yeah.
I had good teachers that liked
That's
me.
true.
University, all my teachers really liked me.
That's true. You actually had good relationships.
Yeah, like, I actually know how to build relationships despite what you might think.
Yeah. You're a fish, but you know, I'll give you that. You're actually great at building relationships.
Yeah,
I didn't
so-
clock that.
Yeah, so my teachers
You're
quite
actually
liked me,
good.
so I did quite well as I went on. And even if I got something wrong, my teachers would let me know and then come and help me and let me not cheat, but like let me do it again. Do you know what I mean? Because they knew.
I never got that.
So, but how was your day to day generally in school? Not even in boarding school. In school.
School depended on the subject. So I remember like home economics. Home economics tended to be done. Home economics. How do you even explain home economics to
That's
someone
like-
from over here?
That's like PSHE.
Yeah, it's like cooking.
Yeah, home like PSHE,
Cleaning.
staying healthy, cleaning,
Yeah.
sewing, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So home economics was typically where we would cook, and home economics was normally done in
Kinda
like a
like
separate
this.
building.
Kind of like that.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So a lot of the time we were like cooking.
Home economics
in
and
home
food-
economics.
Foods and nutrition kind of.
You did food and nutrition as a separate subject.
Yeah.
Flipping heck.
They kind of merged.
Mine was just one.
We did too much in that fucking school, to be honest.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's,
And then we
that's
did.
very
Oh,
good.
I quite liked introductory technology. We did. Well, that's not. It's IT, really, isn't it? But it's,
Introductory technology.
you couldn't say IT. You had to be-
IT is introductory technology.
Yeah, that's what it is. But then we used to do
What?
proper architecture. Like I'm talking.
What
like,
you mean? Like, what, with like buildings?
Like the sketches and stuff. Like we will have our, you know, they back in the,
architecture.
yeah. Well, like proper, like we had to proper do sketches and stuff and like measurements of like where a pole will be to make sure the building stays up and shit.
Thank God I didn't go to your school. I'd have felt barren of subjects. I don't think.
And a lot of it was maths. So clearly, I wasn't great at it. But then, cut to when you go to senior school. So senior school, you get then it's kind of like picking your subjects.
I swear you could pick like government and politics.
So right, yeah. So it's kind of like picking your route. So if you really wanted to go down a business route, I went to commercial. That was my group. My class was commercial because I always wanted to do business.
Yeah.
So my subjects, obviously, I would do maths, English, science, all that normal stuff. But my core subjects would be like business studies. Business studies. My core subjects would be economics, commerce, accounting, right?
Yes,
Whereas
I remember those were senior subjects.
government students would do politics.
Yes.
And all the
History?
political stuff. History, that sort of stuff. You got to pick what route you wanted to go down. So by that point, it made things quite like easier and your subjects went down to maybe about 10, 12.
Yes.
But still a lot.
100%.
Still a lot. But yeah, like, how were your teachers to you, actually? How were your teachers? Did you still have your punishments?
Fam, there was a time when I think our business teacher gave us homework and not many of us did it. And the man was so pissed that he literally went out of the classroom to a tree and cut off a branch. And that was his cane. And that's what he used to beat us with. No word of a lie. That's what he used to beat us with. You have to remember, this is a Nigerian school to the core. So their definition of discipline
Is abuse.
whenever you break the rules, you call it abuse. But yeah, that was like getting beat with a
it is
cane.
abuse.
But yeah, some of my teachers were really cool. My English teacher, she was really cool. I found her really attractive. I forgot her name for some reason.
At what age? At what age?
This was secondary school. Yeah, 7, 8, 9.
You're 12 years old. You shouldn't be finding
10 to
nobody
13.
attractive.
No, she was. I don't know how old she was, but she was genuinely an attractive woman. I don't know how I would. I don't know if
Right, not
it would
in a
be different
sexual-
now.
Yes. It
Anyway,
was.
I found her attractive, but she was a really cool teacher. Maths, I can't remember what my maths teacher.
I don't
Who my
really
maths
remember
teacher?
yeah.
We had a French teacher, and he used to pronounce his name very weird. His name was Mr. Pascal, but he would come and he would be like, "My name is Mr. Pascal," with the French. And we used to banter him because obviously
Oh my God.
behind
Did
his
he
back.
know? Oh, okay,
Because
I was gonna
obviously to us he's Pascal.
Yeah.
Your name is Pascal.
say, Pascal, really, is it?
Pascal. Well, if you're saying it in the British tone, yeah. But for us it was Pascal, and he would be like, "My name is Mr. Pascal." But him, I didn't like him. There was a time he beat me, and I think he hit my ear with the cane, and I went to the principal's office. I was so pissed off. I actually wanted to bang his face, but I didn't think that would be the right decision in boarding school
You're
because
gonna get fucked up anyway.
yeah,
so.
their teachers would have probably would have suspended me, and then my parents would have been.
You probably would have been back in London earlier. Hey, you never know.
Probably, or they'd have sent me to another school. They'd probably slapped me up when I came to London. But him, I didn't like him. I didn't like the home economics teacher because at times she could be unreasonable. There was a time I put my middle finger up behind her back. If not for the consequences of like hitting teachers in boarding school, I would have hit a good couple of my teachers.
Oh yeah. Well, from these days, okay, we
Yeah.
can make. I've made a teacher.
Nah, you shouldn't say that. Not as a teacher, you shouldn't say that. Cut that out. Error.
Back in my days,
Back in your days,
made some teachers cry. We've done that.
we've done
Okay, maybe not me and you, but remember when we drove our economics teacher in college a bit crazy?
that. Oh, that was you. That wasn't me.
That was me and
I was
Toby.
in economics.
She was
Yeah.
mad though. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
I digress.
Yeah, you digress. But
Yeah.
yeah, teachers you kind of just had a balance. Some of them were very reasonable, and some of them hardly beat. Some of them.
Yeah, I think my school was a bit different from your school because obviously we had all our different teachers that would come in.
Yeah.
But if the teacher was a class teacher, like if you had a class,
Mm-hmm.
their desk is in your classroom. So kind of like how primary school is, where the class teacher's in there. So like me, I have my desk is in my classroom, innit?
Yeah.
But but in secondary school, they will go out and teach their classes and come back to their desk in the class. So while you're having like maths,
Yeah.
your
They're
class
just
teacher
sitting
could
there.
be sitting there. So if you get something wrong or Jack, they can just tell you to kneel down or do a 93 or whatever.
Bro. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Okay, well, not really.
It is really.
In my class, the floor was concrete. And you know in Nigeria, there's dust. So when you got told to kneel down, it wasn't like, oh, you're kneeling down on like the carpet or wooden floor.
Yeah.
You were kneeling down and it was painful because there's all these dust particles seeping into your knees. So yeah, kneeling down in my school wasn't a nice experience.
No, my school wasn't too bad. Like, it was really tiled in there and it had like really nice, like,
Let me show you, man.
a really nice aesthetic.
My own wasn't that nice. My own wasn't that nice.
I had a really nice aesthetic, right? So I think, to be honest, like, I think that education in Nigeria kind of, I would say, out of my entire experience, I don't remember them having tile floors. Maybe it's changed a little bit more. Maybe it's
Fair.
changed a little bit.
Or maybe it was just dusty and it was painful.
Yeah, for sure. I think, you know what? How would I put it? My overall experience, I didn't like.
You didn't?
I didn't like.
Okay.
But what I can say is that it gave me a level of discipline in terms of my ethics in studying.
Oh,
And,
yeah,
like,
therefore.
when I came back to college,
Yeah.
it was easier for me because economics I had done everything. Everything for business, I had done most of the things. Accounting, I definitely knew everything there.
Yeah.
Like, even going into university, I knew stuff already. So I didn't find it difficult by that point to sit down and study and read a book. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't find that difficult. Obviously, in the earlier days, being there, it was hard because we never had to do that in the UK. Whereas going there, I would say the benefits and disadvantages is that we in the UK have more resources. Like, if we're doing IT,
100%.
we're going to the IT room.
100%.
If we're doing it, we're going here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going on school trips. Whereas there, it's all about that textbook.
Bruv, Nigeria, you do introductory technology or IT, and you probably wouldn't even switch on the computer.
No.
They talk to you about like hard drives and
Yeah.
floppy disks and give you a definition. And you explode computers from
and
a
then
theoretical
in your
sense.
exam, it will be like, define a computer.
Yes.
A computer is a hard
How much memory can a floppy disk hold?
hardware.
That kind of stuff.
I'm thinking floppy disk. By the time I finished secondary school, no one you fucking uses
No.
floppy disks.
No one was
And they
even
probably
using
still
that kind of
teach it
stuff.
the same way right now. This is a disadvantage. They probably will teach social media because they all bloody use Facebook or something. You know what I mean?
But then that's a different conversation because I don't even think that many kids in Nigeria have access
to-
even have that digital access.
makes sense.
We were probably lucky because it was an international school, and hypothetically, if kids from international backgrounds are coming, then there needs to be computers because that's where they're coming from. But
there wasn't computers in my school. Although, I'll tell you the funniest experience. Bear in mind, by this point, I know my surroundings. I'm just going to say what I want to say. And I remember having an English lesson. And I quite liked the woman as well, but she was Igbo, so she had a really thick Igbo accent. And
I don't even know what Igbo accent sounds like.
but when you hear them, you're almost just like, yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. And when sometimes they judge by how they look as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she
Sometimes
was
you can
Igbo.
tell by
She
the
was
name.
Igbo. I knew by
Yeah.
the name. She was Igbo. I think her name was like Miss Nwanchuku or something like that.
Okay, that makes sense. That's definitely Igbo.
And she was teaching. I don't know what it was like. Phonics. It was kind of like phonics she was teaching.
I remember being taught phonics or phonetics.
It was like phonics she was teaching and phonetics. I think that's what they called it. And the words are like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do you know what I mean? Bear in mind, being in Nigeria for 5-6 years, I've held on to my accent. There's no way I'm letting go of my British accent for me to come back to the UK and sound like a bloody freshie, like I never lived or born here.
my accent as
right?
well.
Do you know what I mean? So she's just like, right. So everyone say, Monday. I'm thinking, what the hell?
Monday is that M-I-N?
Monday. No, wait, stop it. It's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is she saying? Because I'm like, is it day or D?
Yo.
So then I'm like, I put my hand up in it. I put my hand up in it. I put my hand up in it. And then you put your hand up and you have to stand up to answer the question.
Yeah.
Put my hand up and stood up. And I was just like, it's Monday, it's Tuesday. Trust and believe I got in trouble. But it's Monday, it's Tuesday. She said, no, it's Monday.
So how did she pronounce Friday?
Friday. No word of a lie. I cannot even make this up. Okay? And then there's me now getting a bit agitated because, bear in mind, by this point, I've been wanting to be back in the UK.
I'm crying. This is funny.
Bear in mind, by this point, I've been wanting to be back in the UK. Okay? And so she's like, Mendy. And I'm like, I'm from England. So I shouldn't have really done this bit. I was like, I'm from England. Where English. Do you see?
Yeah,
England, English originated from.
What did she say?
I'm
This is
pretty
Nigerian
sure
English.
I know how to pronounce Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's not English. And she's like, she went off basically on me, and I got in trouble.
Today's Wednesday.
No, not day. You're saying day. D. You're saying day is D. Wednesday.
No, that is funny. That is funny.
That was
I'm
it
crying.
was a shambles.
I'm
That
crying.
was a shambles.
I'm crying.
And then you know what's so funny? And the guys that I was in Stop. The guys that I was in my senior class with, shout out to IK, great. Who else was in that class? Clearly I don't remember them. Ife, all of them lots, yeah. We got taught something in agriculture, like animals and stuff. The first milk that comes out of a cow, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know why I find colostrum.
Colostrum.
Yeah, that's what it's called. And I just like I milked that shit for the whole year. It sounded so funny to me. I was like colostrum.
Wow.
It's probably pronounced like colostrum or something like that.
Yeah.
But they're like colostrum.
Colostrum.
Vegetable. That's what, and I'm thinking, why must you sound out your words like that? Like, it was just I milked that crap. So, but yes, that colostrum thing, it was in my exam. Do you think I forgot it? Because I knew it was the first one. I remembered that shit.
Shout out to colostrum.
Shout out to colostrum.
Shout out to colostrum.
Testosterone. How are your babes in Nigeria? Your Nigerian babes.
In my school, yeah, you literally.
You know what? I want to be a fly on the wall to see the shit that you used to do in the classroom with your girls.
You mean? My school was a Christian school, and
This
you
would be
had,
Richard. Give me your glasses. This would be
and
Richard.
and we had,
This would
and
be
we
Richard.
had. You're chatting crap. We
This would be
had,
Richard. He'd be like,
we had. I'll put the glass in your mouth.
You're right, yeah.
Blah, blah.
You're right, babes. What you
In
saying?
Nigeria, yeah.
What you saying? You're right, babes.
In Nigeria,
This is Richard, so I'm you shush. Forget Nigeria. Be like, yo, do you want to go and get some Milo? Some Ghana?
Milo.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
No.
You're a mess. Tell me.
Don't know.
Sorry.
Anyway, my school was a Christian school, so having sex, for example, if you wanted to, I'm just saying, was literally impossible in my boarding school because they had security that would patrol around the campus. And so if you got caught having sex, I don't think anyone ever got caught, so I don't even know what the consequence would be, but it would be a mazzoline. Not a mazza, not a mazzoline, a mazzoline. If you got caught, you'd probably get embarrassed by the principal, and you'd probably get excluded and kicked out. But yeah, I didn't. I always got like friend zoned for most of my life. I've been friend zoned and uncle zoned and bro zoned.
Yeah, but you're lucky now that you found the one.
100%. I've got an amazing.
to my sis.
I've got an amazing, beautiful woman. But yeah, bro. Boarding school, I never got any girls. I had crushes.
I think I had an opposite experience. There was no sex.
What's an opposite experience?
And the girls loved me.
You said experience. I'm trying to understand. What's this T?
What? No. No.
You had an opposite experience from me. Okay.
No, but like some shit used to happen in that school because our school was so big. Teachers and seniors, like one teacher got fired because. Sorry, Caleb International College, but
because she was having sex.
It's out there.
No, that's an assumption. Was it a he or she?
No, the teacher's a he.
And that's it.
He was like.
I think that's even worse.
With.
It's not worse, but
with the senior SS3 like. Girl.
I wouldn't say that's worse,
they
but
got caught. Obviously, got
that's mad.
They got caught and all that. It was shocking.
That's basically grooming.
That pretty much is, yeah.
Despite the gender or like sex, that
Disgusting.
is grooming.
Disgusting. That's what that was. But the girls loved me. Do you know what I mean? Like. I think being British helped.
100%. Being
British helped. And I think because I used to get sick a lot. And they always used to. It was almost not even feel sorry for me. That's a whole other conversation on its own. But they not even feel sorry for me. But they were almost like they wanted me to be okay. Even when I broke my leg and I cracked my wrist and stuff, they were always there. They used to buy me stuff all the time. Even my mum brought that up the other day, actually. She was just like, oh, man, you used to have girlfriends that will buy him all this stuff in primary.
You having portfolio of babes.
Yeah, but then once I leave the country and I'm back in the UK, I don't know you people.
You're bad.
But how do you think?
You're bad,
how
guy.
do you think the experience, the education in Nigeria has helped you today?
Ooh.
And maybe your discipline for learning, because I said already it's given me a discipline for study.
Yeah.
But
no, I definitely agree with the discipline. I think it definitely taught me that if you want to succeed in life, you have to work hard. Like, that was the number one message. And I knew that when I came back to the UK, for example, like, being a gangbanger or roadman was a myth for me, because I'd already seen, even in Nigeria in general, I'd already seen how people live. So, in Nigeria, for context, there's no welfare system. So if, like, you're less abled or you can't work, like, you've basically, if you're not rich, you've basically got to beg. Yeah. And so there were times, like, you might be driving through Nigeria or driving through, like, going to boarding school, you see a guy with one hand and one leg.
Yeah.
Like, when you see that
it's kind of set reality sets to you. And I think as an educator myself today, I kind of understand if we had stayed in the UK,
yes,
our teachers would have probably been predominantly white.
100%.
I think having been in obviously in Africa, having black teachers, I don't think we realize, but I think it's kind of helped us in a way of seeing ourselves, maybe not what we want to be, but also, I don't know, there's that unspoken sort of thing that we might not have gotten staying in the UK. Granted, I will say I would have rather stayed in the UK, but I am where I am today.
100%.
Yeah. I think that plays a little part into it, but I think it definitely has helped me, obviously as an educator as well, because I kind of know how to teach as well.
Yeah.
You know, and my learning and my studying and that sort of stuff. Do you know what I